Hello! It is I, Newt Scamander. So here is an apartment complex. This is supposed to be set in London around the same time as Harry Potter. So that's what this central area is based on. One of the first things that happens is they go to the zoo. So this is the zoo. And then after the zoo debacle, Harry gets a letter in the mail. Lots of letters from all the owls. And then his uncle goes crazy. He's had enough of this. Stop sending letters. I'm angry. I'll go somewhere where they'll never find us. And he drives the whole family out to a lighthouse. Harry and his family, I guess you could call them, spend the night here. And Harry's counting down the days to his birthday, and then, boom! Hagrid comes in, and he lights the fireplace with his umbrella, and he hands Harry a birthday cake. This is happy birthday, Harry. Alright, but then Harry, with Hagrid, they go to the Leaky Cauldron, located in London. There's a friendly little gnome here, enjoying his tea and crumpets. I don't know, British things. But in the back of the Leaky Cauldron is a secret entrance, a little alleyway with a tall brick wall. And Hagrid uses his umbrella, and he goes bunk, bunk, bunk. And they go through. And then they're in Diagon Alley. Wow. Diagon Alley, with cookie buildings left and right of the central walkway. So I've got really silly makeshift buildings up on the left here. But over here is Madame Malkin's robe shop. This is where they will shop for their Hogwarts robes. Hee Ta-da! As we continue through Diagon Alley, up here, the Wizarding Wheezes. I also plan on putting Ollivanders inside of this house right here. And then, probably my favorite part, is Gringotts. And then over here, sneaky little corner you can turn, is Nocturne Alley. Creepy stuff, we got some spiders. We're gonna follow Dobby into the store. Creepy fossils and stuff. That fireplace, I'm pretending that this is the fireplace that Harry Potter threw the flu powder. And he says, diagonally, instead of Diagon Alley. Diagonally. And then it gets sent here. Alright, there's a little secret over here. And you need a ladder to get to it. Although with the new update we can just leave the ladder there. But anyway. But my good pal Sterling lives here. This place is supposed to represent Azkaban. With the water in all directions surrounding his island. Yep, this is supposed to be the wizard jail. But yeah, this is his interior. It's literally jail cells. He's a jailer. So I thought he'd be perfect to pretend that his house was Azkaban. He calls me Muggle. It's a term of endearment on my island. I promise I only cry a little bit. Now, we will follow Harry Potter back to London to head to King's Cross Station in London. So this is just a random London house. I think it looks great from the exterior, but so this is Beardo's house. He's also one of my absolute favorite villagers. So him and Tangy right now They are supposed to be muggles, so they're here living in London, and I'm pretending that they're muggles. They have no idea about the wizarding world, none of that. There are so many things on these villager rooftops that it's taking away from the King's Cross station, and I really want that one to not struggle as much as it is. So, I will be removing these rooftops. I hate to say it. I worked so freaking hard on them. But this is supposed to be Molly's little nook. She's got a little bathtub as a duck should have. You can hop from rooftop to rooftop. Like this. And now you're in Berdo's rooftop. Which I tried to make a little different. Give it a little bit of a different vibe. So I hope I'm documenting these well because they won't be here anymore. So here is where you can buy your tickets. Here's King's Cross Station. So I made a custom design, just a normal muggle train. And then above us is a custom design I made to look like, sort of like the interior of the station. I had fun designing this little man out of pixel art, you know. He's walking back there at the back of the station. But yeah, so this is a little muggle train. It's cluttered with items inside on the train. You can run over here. Here we go! Running and not gonna crash into the wall! There! See? We ran through the wall. And there's the Hogwarts Express. Platform 9 3/4, this way. You've got wizard's chess being played by these two young wizards. There's a little toad familiar. Right there. It's probably Trevor. There's some butterbeer. There's a little hamster familiar. And a little suitcase and a magazine, which is actually the Quibbler. Look! I'm so proud of this. This was the first design I ever made. It's the Quibbler! We take the train to Hogwarts. Da-da-da-da. And we're at the Hogsmeade Station! There it is, down below. And this is where the kids would get off the train. And there's Hagrid, waiting for them. See? Him and his big feet. If you were a first year, you would get on boats and you would travel across this water. But if you were not a first year, you would actually load up your stuff and get in carts that were pulled by an invisible creature. So you'll take the Thestral wagon. This is completely not finished at all. And this right here is actually supposed to represent the wagon. I'm gonna come up with I put doors for placeholders, but I'm gonna come up with a design that might look like a wagon. And here we are, walking up the bridge to Hogwarts. Here's another wagon. And we've arrived. So here I have 3 different player homes. You will have the staircase room with all the paintings. I have no idea what I'm gonna do to pretend like an item is a staircase, but I might just cover the walls in paintings and call it a day. This will be very difficult to see where you're walking and where you're moving. It's gonna be so cluttered with fake buildings and all sorts of fun things like that. In the attic will be the Gryffindor Tower, so that's the Gryffindor common room. And in the basement will be the Hufflepuff Dungeon. Ah, Gryffindor. How nice. I'll put a Christmas tree in here and everything because that was a pretty prominent scene in the movies when they celebrated Christmas. Hufflepuff Dungeon. They are located right underneath the kitchens, the Hogwarts kitchens. So here we are. Steve's running around. Don't squash Steve. It's a bummer that the normal camera can't raise up very high. But I can show you like this, the little posters up on the wall. Some clothing. Very cozy. And then I made it look like there's a Hufflepuff in bed with the clothing item over there. Oh wow, I can zoom in real far. There's a little Hufflepuff sleeping right there. But yeah. Here's my museum. And I guess now that Brewster's coming, there will be a coffee shop located on Hogwarts. That'll be a little funny, but it's okay. It works. It works. And then there's this building. So I'll have 3 buildings that will represent the Hogwarts things. And this one will contain potions class, arithmancy, astronomy, charms, and then the attic will be the Ravenclaw Tower, and then the basement will be the Slytherin Dungeon. So here's the very, very bare bones start of a Ravenclaw room. No wallpaper or flooring yet, couldn't decide yet. But yeah. Gonna make it real bookish and artsy-fartsy. So this is the Slytherin Dungeon. I just threw a bunch of shit in here. You like my green pool of water? It's gonna be so silly because Animal Crossing's obviously not very spooky. And I'm gonna try so hard to make this place look creepy, but it's gonna be a struggle. But yeah, this will be the Slytherin Dungeon. But yeah, that's Hogwarts. It's super work in progress, but I know it'll be my favorite place ever to hang out. And here is the Quidditch pitch. Let the games begin! And Hufflepuff takes the lead. Another sentence that nobody has ever said. Hogsmeade, for the most part, I just put the other villagers, so it's just more witches and wizards who live here. You notice the background behind the houses? It's a trick. It's ocean. It's ocean, guys. There is nothing further back there. Hee hee. You guys got a little sneak peek of it, but here's Honeydukes. I'm very proud of this too. Yeah, you can get your chocolate frogs here. Your fizzing Whizbees. Puking pestles. But that's it for here because this is a completely unfinished building that's going to be the 3 broomsticks. And here's the little Quibbler shop. News shop? What, I don't know what you call it. Vendor? Quibbler vendor. Yes. And I suppose this would be a library. This is super unfinished. Leaving Hogsmeade, sort of. This is where the father screams out for his son after he realizes he's dead. You know, that horrific, heartbreaking scene that I cry every time for. I don't cry when Dumbledore dies, and I tear up a little bit when Dobby dies, but oh my god, when that man shouts, "My boy," I just die. I just die. It hurts so much. Oh, he did such a good job acting that, I guess. Because I just feel it every single time. My boy! So, if you'll follow me... Let's actually take this out. Let's go on an adventure. Don't get spooked, guys. The walls will be moving and changing. But we'll make it through. Oh my god, Olivia's in here. See? See how creepy? Olivia's in here! Olivia, please! You're ruining my show! My showing, my tour. Please, Olivia. Okay, we're good. But that was so creepy. We ran into Olivia and she was possessed. She got possessed by something. She wasn't acting herself. And there it is. The cup. When he looks at Cedric and then they start running for it. They run for it as fast as they can. And then they make it to the cup. When they touch it together, they both, it's actually a port key, and they both get teleported to the graveyard, where Cedric dies. Obviously, there was no house at the end of the maze in the movie, but basically, you grab this, and it's a port key into what would be in here. Again, there's nothing in my interiors. I feel so bad. And there we go. That was Hogsmeade and the Triwizard Tournament space. And then next, to the right of Hogwarts, this is the Whomping Willow! With the full moon in the background and everything. So I tried to plant a bunch of different trees of different growth stages to look like large branches. And I even placed down fishing poles to look like branches too. And it gives the illusion. I think I did a pretty good job. This took me way too long. But as you can see, it's not a big tree at all. It's a bunch of little trees. This one's even planted way up here next to the moon. You'll be able to look down and see the owlery. And I'm gonna put a bunch of mailboxes and letters on the ground and yeah, stuff like that to be cozy. I figured it was featured in the movies often enough. It deserves its own place. Here is Hagrid's. It's a complete mess. So up here is actually Shell Cottage. Hello, Knox. So this is where Bill, Weasley, and Fleur got married. So this is the Shell Cottage. Got this cozy little kitchen. And in the back rooms. My main goal with building this stuff was to make everything lockable. So cozy! That's supposed to be a greenhouse up here. I don't know why. I just wanted to make one. But yeah, this was built on freaking sand and rock, so it is very difficult. I love all the things you could sit around and look at. So here's the overgrown beachy hills. Rest in peace, Dobby. You were a good elf. As you can see from this guy right here, we're gonna follow the spiders. We're gonna follow the spiders into the Forbidden Forest, and we're gonna get help from Hagrid's friend. Follow the spiders. Why is it gotta be spiders? Why couldn't it be... I don't remember what he said. Follow the butterflies? I think that's what he said. Ron. So this is where you can get attacked by Dementors. Boo! Leading deeper and deeper into the forest with some spiders. Where are the spiders leading us? Who is that? I drew that. It sucks. But it's supposed to look like Aragog coming out of the darkness. In the trailer for the new update, there was like this cave item. They showed it inside of a house, but I'm hoping it's an item we can also place outside, hopefully. But I will absolutely replace this little space with the cave. I'm so happy. Or I hope so anyway. I hope so. But yeah, this is Aragog's little spot. Here's my Forbidden Forest stuff. A bunch of creepy crawlies down there. Yeah. Here is the graveyard. This is the place that Harry and Cedric got teleported to with the port key. And Voldemort gets revived right here in this very kettle. Gonna boil him up. So over here, I plan on putting the Quidditch World Cup. with all the tents. And I'm gonna put like fanfare music here. But as you can see, I kind of started to place some fire. So I'm gonna put a lot of tiki torches and campfires around and kind of try to hide them behind plants and other objects. So basically it'll look like this place is on fire. This place got attacked by the Death Eaters. So yeah, this is just supposed to be my little nook of this island. I'll have a farm here. These were some ideas I had before we even knew we were gonna get farming things. I'm gonna try to make my house look pretty magic related, like it belongs in this world, but it's very much gonna be not based on anything, and it's just gonna be me building to my heart's content, you know? I tried to section off different areas, so this bookshelf area sections off the kitchen and the dining spot. Oh, sorry, Steve. And then bathroom. I know these are silly because there's no walls, but in the update, we're gonna get walls. We're gonna get walls. I'm so excited. We can place them wherever. And we'll be able to walk in a tighter space. I made this, like I said before, I made all of my spaces walkable. But I will get to rethink all of it because we'll be able to squeeze between a very small space, like half tile instead of full tile. So I'm very excited. I can basically redesign everything now. Holy crap! And then a bedroom. I don't know. Oh my, what are they watching? What the heck? Is this Lord of the Rings? Oh my god, they're playing Lord of the Rings on this TV. That's so funny. That's cool. I thought for a second it could have been Harry Potter, but no. I will show you my characters. So, I have Dumbledore. I gave him a beard, but the beards don't show up on these little icons. He is what actually currently occupies the Wizarding Wheezes. I know it doesn't make any sense, but I wanted a Dumbledore character and I wanted Wizarding Wheezes, so I just combined those two. And here's Snape, who actually occupies the Gringotts Bank. And then there's Hermione, Ron, and Harry, who are the different buildings for Hogwarts. So that's how I have those buildings, is through these three characters. This is Voldemort. I made him bald, and I gave him some kind of silly looking eyes. Red. Sadly, he has a nose and I can't remove it, but yeah, so he owns that house at the end of the maze. As you can see, it's flashing. Yeah. And I do have Hagrid. And then these are my villagers. Everyone besides Tangy are people I want to keep. So yeah. Oh my, I forgot I made this. Holy crap. But thank you. I spent way too long on this. I don't even know why. You can sneak back here. But see, I made these little makeshift walls. That's what we used to have to do. These very nice walls, but ugh, you know, just ugh. Peering inside and looking at the bed. Yeah, nice cozy little space.